family friendly, Trev. Thank you. Censored. Hi there and welcome back to my channel. My name's Shivy and this is where I get creative. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you do want to see more of what I do getting creative, stop barking dog, then please hit that bell and that subscribe button so you can be notified every time I upload me being creative. But in today's episode, we are going to be doing a uplifting, elevating part of my stairway stroke hallway landing. Is that right? Stairway, landing, hallway. Do you know what? Leave comments below and let me know what you call it, because that's what I'm calling it now, my upstairs landing, basically. And I'm going to be doing one of two things. I'm going to be showing you a really cool hack on how to create a 25-pound Ottoman to look like a 200-pound designer Ottoman. This will be really cool for us so that we can sit down and, as you do, in the hallway, the landing, and also have a bit of storage. And the second cool thing, which I think is pretty cool, is I found this really unique original feature of an old house on Facebook Marketplace for about £10, and I'm going to be upcycling that because it's got some really cool curves in it, which is very much on trend at the moment. So that is going to be another element we're going to be putting in, so you can display all your little odds and sods that you've been collecting or went traveling with or whatever. So without further ado, let's get creative. So this is where I'm going to be showing you how to create that 25-pound Ottoman into a 200-pound looking Ottoman. This is something I bought from an online store. I will put the link in the description box below should you like it and be interested in. My phone's just gone off. Great timing when you film. Doing very well today. So let's get it open. Okay, so this Ottoman is really nice fabric. It's like a sort of soft velour finish to it. But in order to elevate this from what it is already and not just it being a plain box, we are going to be putting some really cool funky feet on it. Now, in order to make this look a bit more designer, I did spend about £20–25 on the feet, which are these ones here. These I got off, I believe, I got these off Amazon. I will again put anything that I use in the description box below by leaving some links. These are really nice matte finish black legs. And they're very similar to some of the designer. They're very similar to the designer ones that you get. They're sort of like these cool matte black. So this is going to go underneath the Ottoman so it fits as such, so that leg continues. And it's really cool. In this pack they give you like all the screws, and they even give you a screwdriver. I don't know if you see that. But anyway, I'm not a beauty guru. It's a screwdriver, you get it. So yeah, but in order to get these to fit, I am going to be putting a piece of wood into the base, so it's got something to grab hold of it to make it sturdy, so anything I put in, it's not going to like bow. And I'd already gone to the hardware store, or what we call here in England B&Q, and I actually got again an offcut from the charity place, where there's loads of offcuts that you can pick up for free. You just donate something to charity, which is I think one of the shelter charities at the moment they have there. So it's all one. You get something good out of it, they get something good out of it. So I got a piece of wood to match the base, cut it there on site, and we're going to put it in here. Okay, so that wasn't too annoying. What I did get chopped at B&Q was just off slightly, so I've had to go measure off a couple of centimeters and use the skill saw just to take off that little bit. I think I'm speaking really loudly because my ears are ringing for how loud that was. So yeah, let's hope this one fits. Yay! It fits. So now that I have the wood in, it's... You right, Ocho? You got something to say? No. So now that I've got the wood in at the base, as you can see, it's time to put the legs on. So you can see they've got these bits here, the holes, ready to screw in. And like I said, they've got this pack already done for us. So I'm going to put the screws in and put the legs on just to elevate it. Odd angle. Hello there. So with this, I'm going to start measuring out where to put the legs, and then we can screw them to the wood that we just put in. So in order to get the little tiny screws in to the backboard, I'm actually just going to be drilling in some pilot holes so that I can put the screw in and it grab a little easier. But in order for the wood not to drop out, I've had to create a makeshift sort of pylon, shall we say, a step, so the wood doesn't fall. And I've done this by putting 2 bits of wood underneath the actual Ottoman, and I'll show you. This is what I've had to create in order to let it stand up so that the wood doesn't fall through. Okay, so the legs are now on, and I think it looks pretty good. It just gives it that little je ne sais quoi rather than just a plain box. So the wood is inside, and then we put the other bit of black base boarding it originally came with on top, so it looks nice inside, and then top goes on. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. Okay, so we've done the Ottoman. I'm now going to be doing these beautiful shelves, these curved arch shelves that I found on Facebook Marketplace for £10, and we're going to be putting it in the hallway where the Ottoman's going to be going as well upstairs. But before we upcycle it, we're going to have to sand it back. To upcycle it, we're going to have to sand it back, put the wood filler in these holes, then sand back that wood filler, and then we'll give it a lick of paint, put it up, and then we'll dress it. So, in order to make this happen, we've got to get creative. So let's get creative. I'll put up a cup of tea. Good tea. So I'm now going to sand it down, and I'm going to be using this handheld sander. This is a P100, so the best advice on sandpaper is that the lower the number on a sandpaper, the coarser it is. So I've only got P100, so that's pretty high. So let's get sanding. I've been sanding the sides and the front, and the idea is that you don't take all the paint off, which I'm not doing. It's just so that the paint has something to stick to. If you don't have one of these, you can use your hand and just go over. I haven't been wearing my safety goggles, which is a big no-no, but I will do now, and I continue, which I will be continuing with these shelves here. You can see that this was originally the shelf color, but I'm now going to be doing the shelves, so I'm going to take those out and get those done. And then I'm going to do the curved bit underneath, which I think I might have to do by hand, but we shall see. Right. So I'll crack on. Off a pop. So this is the wood filler I am going to be using. I haven't actually used this before. I'm learning here too. So, but I'm going to be using a spatula, and say I haven't used it before, I've seen it being used and I've assisted and helped. Now it's all down to me. So you see it's all gooey, like a face cream for wood. So I'm going to take this spatula and then put it in the holes here. So let's get going. So another part I had to do was this bit here. Had a bit of some cracks or crackage. Is crackage a word? Anyway, I filled that in with a bit of wood filler, but what I have realised is I haven't sanded the scoop at the bottom of the shelves. So without getting too excited, I will wait for this bit to dry now, and then I'll sand that bit down when I just go over these little bits, and then we can get on to painting. So yeah, let's do it. It got a bit cold, I put a jumper on, and while I wait for the wood filler to dry, because it's pretty thick, I'm just going to test out this gold paint, because I'm thinking about doing the outside curve and the bowed bit at the end in a sort of gold. So I'm going to try this out and see what it looks like. Just testing it on this bit of wood, but who knows, it might come out differently. So I think that is my gain. I've just done the gold. I'm not too sure what I think about it yet because it hasn't dried, but I'm going to try this little sage green tester pot that I have, which is a sneak peek of what I'm going to be doing with my office. But I thought maybe I'd carry it through into the hallway and give it a go and test it out first. But it looks really, really light. So let's give it a go. This is not what it looks like on the pot. Looks like snot. I didn't want it to look like snot. It might just be an all white shelf. We'll soon find out. But I'll let that dry, give it another coat, and we'll see what it looks like. My hands are shaking. I feel like my hand's going to drop off from the vibrations now, so I'm going to stop. But I'm still waiting for the wood filler to dry. So once that is done, I will start painting it. And I think I'm going to paint it white because that's all I have at the moment. And if I feel like I need to revisit it, then I shall. So continue waiting for drying. Alright, okay, we're getting on with the shelves. You may have noticed I'm wearing a different top, different clothes. That's because yesterday, typical English weather, took a little bit of turn for the worst, and also I did get a bit distracted with doing some work that we're doing in the very far bit of our garden, which I can show you at a later date when it's done. But last night I was thinking about how I wanted to tackle the paint, because we had done a tester for the gold and the green, which is, hello, this is the gold, and I took it upstairs, and it actually looks quite nice when the light hits it, and a bit subtle, so it's not too metallic in your face. The green though, not really the vibe I'm going for, considering what we've done with the Ottoman. So I think I'm going to paint the shelves gold, and then the rest of it just white. But for now I need to sand down that wood filler I did yesterday, and then I can paint it white, and while I wait for that to dry I'm going to do the shelves as well. So let's do it. Little tip: when you are spraying, you want to do it in short bursts and start just before you are going over the object you're spray painting, and just doing it in little spurts like that. That's in order for it not to drip. and get all runny and look a bit shite. So yeah, hopefully I don't do this with this, because if you just have it just going constantly and it just going over, it just builds up and you waste quite a lot of paint as well. So this squatting hurts doing this, so I'm gonna get a stool instead, because I'm a lazy DIYer. Me being creative, getting a stool. The English person, aren't I? Nice cup of tea and DIY. Right, Joe. I wouldn't stand on those shelves, they're a little bit wet. You won't like this tea, Ocho. It's got oat milk in it. It's not got the real, not got the real shit. Okay, so this is all of it in its entirety. We've got the white paint, or white chalk paint that we've done on the main bit, the shelving, and then I spray painted these gold, and I'm really happy with the way that they come out because there's really nice contrast. And the only thing left to do is put the screw hooks in the back. And the way I'm going to be doing this, in order not to see the screws through here, is just on the back here, I'm going to be putting these screws here. Back here, you can see here, we're going to put that on and screw it in. But then, if you get a level and draw a line, and then put the other one on, you can mark at the top here, around the corner, little slight pencil, so that when you hold it on the wall, struggle to hold it on the wall, you can mark on the wall where this bit is, and then you can actually just measure from this hole here to the next without having to be all awkward. It'll make more sense in a minute, so I'm just going to put this on. Right. It's definitely low, isn't it? Measure twice, screw up once. Or cut once, we mean. No blunders here. You're probably wondering why I'm using one of these and not the drill. It's just that I don't want to go too quick and come off the screw head and then completely wreck the back. So we're taking it slowly. Painfully slowly. I think there's an easier way of doing this rather than an electric drill or screwdriver. Please let me know in comments below, because this hurts. Then, got this line, goes across, just gonna, that line, just gonna draw a line. Yeah. want it?
Sliding door.
We're gonna need it as soon as you throw it, that's for sure. I know that much. As soon as you get rid of something in the tool shed that you think you don't need, you fucking need. Classic.